So it's something that really needs to get a great deal of attention, and something that has to be focused on very, very carefully, aggressively, and effectively. There are other things, you know, that even minor ways that can be done. There are other, you know, the main idea is you have to have a constitutional amendment. But there are some ways in which you could pass a law. A law can be passed by the Congress, signed by a president, it becomes law. Then it becomes in context with the decision that has been made by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is not allowed to make laws. The Supreme Court's responsibility is to interpret the laws, and to interpret them and to ensure that they are made in the context of the Constitution. What they've done in this particular case is made sure that their decision is outside of the context of the Constitution. It is opposite to the vast majority provisions of the Constitution. It is contrary to the basic principles of the Constitution, which are designed to ensure rights and privileges and the responsibility of determining the government of this country by the people of this country. Not by the wealthiest handful of people in this country, but by all of the vast majority of the people of this country, to decide what kind of government they're going to have, and who is going to be elected, and what the direction is going to be, what the circumstances are going to unveil and provide. All of this is critically important. So this situation has to be addressed. It has to be addressed aggressively and effectively. We have seen what has happened in the context of the Supreme Court of the United States. We have seen how certain presidents in the recent past have nominated and worked hard to ensure that people become members of the Supreme Court of the United States whose intellect is not very broad. Whose understanding of the Constitution is narrow, and is focused on the narrow ideas and objectives that they have themselves and the people that have benefited them economically. All of that has occurred in the context of the establishment of what is basically the 5 members of this Constitution who have made this decision. So that's the problem that we have. Now we have a very significant member of the Supreme Court of the United States, someone who has a brilliant mind, a deep, deep understanding of the responsibilities of interpreting the Constitution, the laws, the rights and privileges of the people of this country. And he has done a very good job in doing it. But he's gotten to the point now where he is old enough so that he really feels he has to retire. He'll be leaving. What have we seen? We have seen the same people who have produced narrow-minded, narrow-interested members of the Congress fighting hard against having another broader understanding, another member of the Congress who is smarter, wiser, more intelligent, more reasonable, more focused on maintaining all of the best interests of the people of this country, maintaining the basic democratic process of America, upholding the examples that we have set forward. Make no mistake about it. Struggling to maintain this democratic process is nothing that can be taken for granted. This is something that I know all of you deeply, deeply understand and appreciate, and are willing to do whatever you can to maintain it. I deeply appreciate and respect you. I thank you very, very much for doing this and for being involved in this problem. Thank you very much.